for the Red Lions on the other side. Ancheta, Inot, Oli will get a start today alongside Morales and Alan Liwag at the center spot. 3 referees, and for the first time, we have a foreign referee calling this game. This is Abdullah Al-Hujali from Saudi Arabia, joining Aaron Cañete and Toti Celeste in our officiating crew. He's going to be the crew chief as well. Beda versus Benilde, Final 4, Semifinals, Season 101. Celso, Liwag to jump it up, and the game is underway. First crack at the basket for the Blazers. This is a team that hasn't won against San Beda in Season 101, and they want to change their fate today. Mintis agad mula dito kay Tony Inod. Let me ask first, Prince here, ano yung expectation mo sa simula ng magkabilang panig natin dito?
Okay, so medyo naiba lang for me yung lineup nitong Benilde Blazers, ano? Dahil wala si Umali sa loob. Normally, we get to see Umali as a starting 5, pero I like what I'm seeing dito sa parehas na koponan natin. The pressure in terms of defense from San Beda and the way Benilde Blazers is running their offense to the point. Medyo maganda.
Coach Charles Chu opting to go to a smaller starting unit as a foul was called on the other side. Hard collision between Sahonia and Matthew Oli in that sequence. And Brian Sahonia, this is a guy that likes to play against the Benilde Blazers. He had 16 points in the first game, 22 points in the second one.
Oh, and this is a good sign, no, for both teams, especially umpisa pa lang ng game, makikita mo na parehas na koponan, umaatake talaga sa loob, and they make sure that they get to the paint and, you know, to get easier and higher percentage shots.
And Brian Sahonia knocking down the first free throw to open the scoring in this game. This has been one of the most consistent years of Brian Sahonia's collegiate career. Remember, he came over a year ago from FEU, spent residency, had an up and down first year last year. Dito, parang nakuha niya yung talagang role niya at saka laro niya sa San Beda.
Itong season 101 na ito ang pinakamaganda para kay Brian Sahonia. Again, like what you said, very consistent siya. Hindi lang on offense, actually, pati sa depensa, nakukuha niya yung stops na gusto niya and provide niya yung hinahanap sa kanya ni Coach Yuri.
That's right. And look at how Benilde's or San Beda's bigs were hounding Alan Liwag underneath. No easy shots for Liwag today.
Yes, and again, nandito na tayo sa best of 3 game, no? So wala na talagang balikan ito, and if you really want to win, kailangan gawan mo ng paraan katulad yan. He's the reigning MVP, and you can't let him be open or find the shots that he want to take.
And Brian Sahonia scores on the fade. He has all 4 points of San Beda so far. So again, he averaged 18 points a game against Benilde in our classification round. The Blazers starting off with more shooters on the floor. You got Moel Morales and Matthew Oli in the lineup. Cut coming from Morales, and he scores inside.
And I like the decision making na ginagawa nito ni Alan Liwag, ano? Dahil alam niya na pinapressure siya talaga ng San Beda with their bigs. Hinahanap muna niya yung teammates niya to set them up first in order for him to get more open later on in this quarter.
Back shot is off for Yukian Andrada. Here comes Jomel Ancheta playing great as of late alongside Ian Torres. Tony Inot facing his former team. Liwag on the roll, and Liwag will get his first basket.
Okay, he was able to get open in that possession, ano? Just because of kanina during the first possession, he gave up that pass. And then this time, inabangan nila yung pasa, but he was open for that layup.
And Joe Celso is down after that bump with Matthew Oli holding on to his midsection here. We gotta see what happened again. Kung napatumba mo yung Joe Celso, ibig sabihin malakas yun. Okay, our first review of the game. Okay, we got our eye on. Oh, it was Moel Morales bumping into Celso.
Yep. Normally, ang sasabihin ng coach is to pick up early. But in this case, it doesn't look like it was a pickup. There was a contact, definitely a contact. But let's see what the referees will call on that.
Talagang may motion kasi to charge at Joe Celso. Even for a bit. So tignan natin kung tatawagan to ng mga officials natin.
Again, this is a best of 3 series. And syempre, you want your opponents to know na you guys are playing tough.
Yeah.
And you guys, syempre, hindi ka na lang talaga naglalaro para sa sarili mo dito kasi may pride na rin to for the entire school.
Yeah. So, no unsportsmanlike fouls, just a regular foul against Moel Morales. 2 minutes gone by here in the first frame. For a piece yung magkabilang panig natin.
Oo, pero na-achieve ni Morales yung gusto niya ma-achieve doon, ano? To make sure na ma-feel yung presence niya.
Yeah. Nigel Gonzalez off on the turnaround J. Here's Jomel Ancheta. Ancheta spins away. He's got the bigger Gonzalez on him. Enot. Morales thought about it. Free throw line jumper is off. And Ollie gets the offensive rebound. They swing to Enot, who goes for 3. In and out. Second chance or third chance here for Benilde. Scoop, no hoop. Ball is tapped around, finally ending up with a Jonty Miller. Miller is on the move. Stolen by Ancheta, picked up by Oli. Here comes Benilde, pull-up jumper. And a cold start for both teams here. Now we are ready to throw it back to our courtside reporter. Here's the first quarter report with Fatima Reyes. Fatima.
Morning and Prince, how do you mend a broken heart? Well, for the Blazers, they started the season heartbroken by the Red Lions, and now coming into the semis, they're chasing more than a revenge, but a redemption for themselves. Alan Liwak told me that we're going to see a different Blazers this time. Dumaan na raw sila sa butas ng karayom para makarating dito, kaya nang tanungin ko siya kung paano nila pinaghandaan ang San Beda. Sabi niya, bit-bitaw nila ang motibasyon na balik na rin from 0-2 to 2-0 ang standing nila ngayong semifinals. Coming from their Sino Duwag mantra written on their board na walang gustong umamin kung sino ang nagsulat. Let's expect nothing but more courage as they heal their heart and win this game 1. Balik sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Fatima Reyes, our courtside reporter. Sino kaya ang nagsulat nun? But, you know,
I mean, that magandang comeback story yun.
Yeah.
Coming from a 0-2, siyempre mas okay kung makuha mo nga naman ng 2-0.
That's right. Second matchup, they lost to San Beda 80-76. Again, they didn't have Alan Liwag, but they definitely still fought in that game. A good cut by Ancheta, just couldn't buy a basket. Benilde is still in front. Brian Zahonia falls down. And ball sticking with the Red Lions. Sean O'Malley, his first entry in the game, replacing Alan Liwag.
Quality minutes galing dito kay Cap, kay Allen.
So, as we see here, the play is Jomel Ancheta racing to the rim to give Benilde the 2-point advantage.
Oh, and especially knowing San Beda, they have bigs talaga na they're going down not as fast as the guards. So, might as well make the most out of that by really attacking and keeping the pace fast kasi yun talaga ang laro ng Benilde Blazers.
That's right. We'll get back to that point, but first, let's go to this timeout. Benilde is ahead by 2. Back to our coverage. Early moments of Game 1 in the semifinals between San Beda and Benilde. And it is the Blazers with a slightly faster start here, Prince.
And you know, that's something na nakita natin all throughout the season. Medyo talaga nag-struggle itong San Beda whenever they're facing a team that's really pushing the pace. Especially sa beginning pa lang ng game. They try to go with them with their pressure defense, pero medyo nag-struggle sila.
You just saw Sparkle artist Sean Bisagas watching here. with the crowd. Chris Chu is there. I just saw him earlier in the Anak TV Awards, and he mentioned that he will drop by here in Araneta. But I thought he was gonna wear green. Di pala. Di tayo napaunlakan mag-green and white ng Chris Chu.
Oo, I mean, hindi ko lang sure, pero baka allergic siya doon.
Nakita ko na yon. Once nangyari. Hindi na ulit na ulit. Okay. 4 minutes exactly. Eclipsing here in the first frame. And Benilde is in front. Sean Umali now in the ball game, battling against Bismarck Lina. Morales driving right and scoring off the glass.
That was a good take galing dito kay Morales, ano? But again, presence ni Sean O'Malley. Yung bantay niya hindi na humel. So ganun kalaki yung nabigay niyang tulong para dito kay Morales by just mere standing there.
Yeah. John T. Miller. Miller, slight fade. Is good for Miller.
Again, si John D. Miller ang isa sa pinaka-consistent all throughout season 101. And isa yan sa mga spots na talagang hinahanap niya.
That mid-range has been deadly all season long for Jonty. Umali against Lina. Oh, Umali with a nice move. Wala lang. Got it back. Big Sean will go one more time off the glass and in this time around.
Napakagandang move galing kay Sean O'Malley. Inunti-unti niya yun and he was able to get to his spot. And alam natin na yung mga ganyan kalapit, siguradong piso-piso sa kanya yan.
Brian Sahonia drops in the first triple of the game.
Oh, this is a good sign for San Beda, no? But meron silang mga games na hot start itong si Brian Sahonia pero medyo lumalabig during the middle part of the game. So let's see if kaya niya masustain yung ganyan ka-aggressive na opensa na meron siya ngayon.
Bagsak si Sahonia off a screen by Morales, 3 to shoot. Mowell will pull the trigger. Left it short. Only offensive rebound. Ipinilit. And here comes Nigel Gonzalez. Oh, pass is picked off by Tony Inot. Back the other way we go. Tony is on the move. Passing to Ancheta for the easy lay. Second basket of the game for Jomel Ancheta, and Benilde is now ahead by 3.
Like what I said kanina, no, medyo nagsistruggle talaga itong San Beda when it comes to a faster paced team.
Brian Sahonia is on fire in the first.
Sumilit lang, heat check lang. Nag-heat check lang ito si Brian Sahonia. Nadinig ata yung nabanggit ko kanina.
10 first quarter points for Brian Sahonia. 10 of San Beda's 12 so far. Ball is loose. It is still with Benilde. Tony sets his feet. Comes up short though. Ito na si Nigel Gonzalez. Gonzalez, yes!
Oh, he powered his way through dito kay Oli. Ano? Napakagandang move na yun. Nakuha na yung contact, nakuha na yung space na hinahanap niya, and that's an easy bucket para kay Gonzalez.
And San Beda overtakes. It's been a 5-0 run for the Red Lions. Morales from 17. Oli offensive board. Wala pa rin yung putbacks niya.
Oh, pero isa yan sa mga strength nito ni Oli. Ano? Buong season, makikita mo yan pumasok sa loob para kumuha ng mga rebounds.
Look how quickly Miller operated on the break.
Okay, kanina binanggit natin ano, na medyo nag-struggle sila pag mabilis yung pace ng kalaban nila. But in this case, sumasabay sila. If not, mas binibilisan pa nila yung pace nila kumpara mo dito sa Benilde Blazers.
Dalawa pa lang pinanggagalingan ng puntos para sa San Beda. 10 for Sahonia, 4 for Miller, and Miller pulls down the rebound. Jonty, foul given up by Jomel Ancheta, and the refs are signaling just a regular foul, but the whole San Beda coaching staff looking for, at least 3 coaches are looking for an unsportsmanlike foul. We'll find out the verdict after this break. Balik sa ating laban. It is a 16-14 12 tally so far. Beda is now in front, right behind a 7-0 run late in the first quarter. And it is being fueled by Sahonia and Miller, Prince.
And balikan natin yung sinabi ko kanina, nung sinusubukan nilang mas mabilis pa yung pace nila kumpara mo dito sa Benilde Blazers na kung akala ko kanina ay mabilis na. Itong Beda, mas pinupush pa nila yung bola on offense and medyo nagsastruggle sila in terms of offensive rebounds ng Benilde, pero right after makuha nila yung bola, isa lang nasa isip nila, itakbo yung bola and pakabulin yung mga players ng Benilde.
That guy has been on fire for Beda. Brian Sahonia with 10 points in the first 7 minutes. As we see here, Mr. Chris Chu got an award earlier, an TV award alongside, of course, NCAA opening ceremony also got an award on that. So congratulations to the winners, especially from GMA. Jimmy Reyes is now in the game and he wastes no time.
Ooh, that was a tough finish para dito kay Reyes. Kita natin kung paano siya talagang smother nitong ni Torres in terms of pressure defense. But he still got his way down the lane and made the basket.
Jake Gaspay, nothing there. Here comes Reyes. Reyes, of course, majority of the games he has started for Beda. Jomel Puno is back in the lineup after being out for a few games. And here is Ian Torres.
Oh, now this is the kind of matchup na hinahanap talaga ng ating mga manonood and lahat ng mga alumni. Yung kompleto, yung parehas na koponan. Kumbaga, wala ka nang pwedeng gawiting dahilan. Wala ka nang pwedeng ibang kunan ng dahilan na kasi ganito, kasi ganyan. Now that they're both complete, this is like the perfect matchup para umpisahan itong ating best of 3.
That's right. Sanchez, Reyes exchanging baskets, and we needed to mention that and emphasize that kasi majority of the season depleted tong dalawang teams natin. They're losing key guys in most of the games. Now they are complete just in time for the Final Four.
And again, siguro ang priority talaga natin, ang priority ng teams natin is yung safety nitong ating mga players, and the more na i-push mo yung mga players pag may nararamdaman sila, baka lalong tumagal yung injury nila if not lumala, diba? So, ngayon, saktong-sakto lang na umaabot sila dito sa ating Final Four.
Kompleto. Of course, Puno coming back from a back injury. Kind of lingered to his knee, but he seems fine. But ito mag-a-adjust pa ng konti itong si Jomel Puno, lalong-lalo na sa game speed. And what a game for him to come back to. Sa Araneta pa yung laban natin.
I mean, kung merong game na babalik ka, ito yung pinakamaganda.
Puno has only played 8 games in the competition so far. What a spin by Big Sean. Nothing there. Ball is loose. That is with Jonty Miller. Ooh, Miller falls down. Miller is livid with Jake Gaspay. Was it a chair pull? Yeah. Parang in-anticipate ni Gaspay yung movement ni Jonty Miller.
Medyo bumaba lang yung kamay. That would have been the perfect chair pull moment para sa kanya. Kasi ginamit niya yung force nitong ni Jonty Miller to, to step out of the way and not take any contact.
Jonty Miller at the free throw line. Again, he has been the league's leading scorer in just his first season in the NCAA. Almost 20 points per game. Unstoppable at times. The rookie from California.
Parang the walking highlight reels.
Yeah. Kumbaga, may hype na kasi kay Jonty. Ano pa lang, entering the season.
Yeah,
and he lived up to it.
Summer Leagues pa lang, naririnig na natin yung pangalan nito ni Jonty Miller from all the pocket tournaments na sinasalihan ng Beda.
That's right. 20-15 is the tally. Ian Torres against Reyes. He's got Lina on the switch. Kahukom for 3. Too strong that time. Rebound goes to Zedia Tulle. And Tulle gets the layup.
Napakalayo ng naging take-off nitong ni Tulle, pero alam niya kung ano ang limitasyon niya at nakuha niya pa rin yung layup na ganun kalayo.
paborito niya yung mga early takeoff na gano'n. Gaspay! Wow! Good footwork shown by Jake Gaspay. He gets the basket and the foul.
Oh, props din dito kay Gaspay, ano? Quality minutes ang pinapakita niya dito para sa Benilde Blazers, and kung meron ka nga namang papalitan, and kung mga aliniwag ang papalitan mo na player, yung minutes na nakakapagpahinga siya, pero nakakapag-provide ka at the same time, eh, napakalaki nun para sa Benilde.
Kaya ito yung galaw ni Jake Gaspay, binawian. Itong si Zed Etulie. Of course, Jake Gaspay, his first season with the Blazers. SJ Moore coming in for the first time as well. Liwag will get a rest.
Oh, itong si SJ Moore, madalas ito yung magic bunot nitong ni Coach Charles Chu. Ano? Whenever pumapasok yan sa loob, he might not be, putting up lots of points, pero yung hustle at saka yung energy na napoprovide niya para sa Benilde, napakalaki.
Ian Torres to the cup. And the Blazers get a 4-point swing in that sequence. So the lead is down to 3 as Reyes puts it up. And there is a whistle on his way down. So they'll give Jimmy Reyes 3 free throws before we officially close down the first period.
Oh, pero parang nakita natin dito si Coach Charles na tumatawag ng review.
Here's the play in question. Tumalo na yung Reyes. Ian Torres did his best to avoid contact with Jimmy Reyes. So we'll see. That's an immediate call for review for Coach Charles Chu. Dahil malaki to, Prince. 3 yun eh.
Oo, pero kung makikita nyo dun sa replay kanina, no, yung contact happened bago nag-expire yung time, pero yung whistle ng referee, narinig natin after na nung buzzer.
Buzzer, okay.
So we're gonna see kung ano yung magiging verdict ng ating mga referees.
Okay. Okay. Wala na. Nullified yung call, so the score is 22-19 in favor of Beda after the first. Magbabalik po kami. Welcome back to the coverage. Mancom chairman for season 101 from our host school, Mapua University, Sir Melchor Divina. On your screens, we have multiple former players in attendance as well. But first, we gotta mention Sir Dax Castellano, mula naman sa De La Salle College of St. Benilde. Walking shot to, ni Sir Dax. And we're also being joined by Dr. Lorenzo from EAC. Good to have you with us. You guys are watching NCAA Season 101. We are entering the second quarter between Benilde and Beda. So far, it's a 3-point lead for the Red Lions. Martin Javier alongside Prince Rivero here in the broadcast. Later on, we'll hear again from our courtside reporter, Fatima Reyes. But I want to go first to Prince here. First quarter natin, nagpalitan ng runs itong dalawang teams. Benilde had a hotter start, pero bumawi ang San Beda.
Medyo bumagal yung Benilde in terms of yung pace nila, no? But the latter part of the first quarter, medyo nakabawi sila by taking things a little slower but setting up their offense perfectly.
And that's a good sign for Jomel Puno, knocking down the jumper. His first 2 points off the game, his first bucket in 7 games for San Beda. Cometa feeding Sanchez, who was the leading scorer in their first encounter with 24 points off the bench. Sanchez called for the offensive foul and took it to the chest of his defender as we go courtside once again. As we see here, Brian Sahonia down on the floor after that hard contact. Ito, sige, we'll get to Fatima in a bit, but let's see first what happened. Sanchez getting physical with Brian Sahonia on that post-up. Brian has been key for San Beda so far. 10 points nung first quarter. Oo nga,
meron yata
dito sa...
natamaan nga ata si Brian.
Ito, post up, boom. Ooh! Okay. There was a slight extension.
Medyo lumagpas yung chicken wing. Kasi yan, yung tinatawag nila sa mga ganyang move, normally when you're posting up, you use talaga your elbow to create that space and to make sure, you know, you get the space that you need.
And the referee, Abdullah, calling this one an unsportsmanlike foul on Justin Sanchez. So 2 shots coming up here. Si Jimmy Reyes, or who will take the free throws? It's going to be John T. Miller. As Sahonia goes to the bench.
And medyo mabigat ito para sa Benilde Blazers kasi sumusubok sila makabawi ng run dahil medyo maganda ang naging umpisa ng San Beda dito pero mabigat itong tawag na ito para sa kanila.
John T. Miller steady at the free throw line. And if you're Justin Sanchez, tatlo yan. Cometa, Sanchez, and Eno, former San Beda players. This is the game that they have to keep their cool. Prince, di ba? Kailangan nila ng Benilde yung serbisyo nila all throughout the game. San Beda here opens up their biggest lead so far, 26-19. Let's turn over to our courtside reporter, Fatima Reyes. Go ahead.
Morton and Prince, it's now season 101, but for Yuki and Andrada, they're still fighting from their season 100 heartbreak. When I asked the captain on what was their reaction when they found out that they're facing Benilde, he told me that they felt excited. Gusto raw nilang makabawi at iparamdam sa Blazers kung ano ang naramdaman nila last season. Now for this series, Yuki shared that the key to winning this game is their defense because that's what brought them here. And this echoes Coach Yuri's reminder to help each other, especially when it comes to rebounding. Now let's see how their excitement turned to a revenge win in this game. Martin and Prince.
Thank you so much, Fatima Reyes. You just saw a spectacular move in transition from John T. Miller.
Pinoy step. Pinakitaan tayo ng Pinoy step ni John T. Miller.
That was a difficult shot, but you're right. You know, that adds to the storyline between these two teams. A season ago, season 100, in the Final Four, tinambakan ng Benilde Blazers itong San Beda. In that Final Four matchup, of course, they didn't have Jomel Puno, who sustained an ankle injury in their very last game of the elimination round. Hindi siya nakapaglaro doon.
Medyo napilayan sila.
John T. Miller continues his barrage. The Red Lions opening up an 11-point lead. Timeout on the floor. Welcome back. This is NCAA Season 101 on GTV and Heart of Asia. Everywhere online. Nandiyan tayo sa GMA Sports PH. and NCAA Philippines. The Red Lions are in full control. Right behind the production of this guy, John T. Miller. Sidestep and a tough lefty finish.
Take note, on a 2-on-1 situation, normally, you look for your teammate for an easier layup. Pero si John T, pinuntahan pa niya yung teammate niya, pinahirapan pa niya yung sarili niya just to get that layup. I mean, Pinoy step pa yun,
Yeah, yeah. And afterwards, elbow jumper from the right side.
Oh, keeping things hot.
30-19, and they taped up or nilagyan na nila ng bandage itong si Brian Zahonia. You see that wound rather from the Sanchez elbow a few minutes ago. Ancheta going straight to the basket.
Oh, ay makikita mo doon yung decision nito ni Yuki Andrada na hindi na i-challenge si Ancheta kaysa ma-open pa itong si Lima.
Topside three from Nigel Gonzalez. And that's something we haven't seen a lot in the season. Yung offensive production nito ni Gonzalez. 33-21 for San Beda. Liwag naghahanap ng bola. They couldn't get it to him. Bounce pass. Big Sean picks it up. 3 to shoot. He needs to take it. Turn around. Drops in for Sean O'Malley.
What a nice move by Sean O'Malley. Back-to-back points ni Sean O'Malley. Parehas. Spin move, spin cycle. Specialty yata niya yun.
By the way, today is O'Malley's birthday. So may
happy
birthday touch.
Oh, happy birthday kaya Big Sean.
Tony. Natapigan ni Gonzalez. Let's see here. Jomel Ancheta attacking the opening to get the layup. And then Nigel Gonzalez settles in for a three.
Oh, bumawi lang ito si Nigel Gonzalez.
33-23 is the tally. Gonzalez, yes! We're seeing an offensive-minded Nigel Gonzalez here in the second as he goes for the end one.
I mean, imagine putting a mismatch on Nigel Gonzalez that we all know na kaya niya talaga i-take inside. And we both know also na pag uminit yan, talagang hinahanap niya.
Look at this. Again, he has the body to bully the other guards. That's been his calling card this season for San Beda. He's been more of a defensive guard. Pero pagdating sa offense, physicality.
Oo. And again, Coach Charles putting in ito si Justin Sanchez sa loob para mag-gain ng konting height ulit pabalik doon sa 5 na nasa loob.
So, Gonzalez couldn't complete the three-point play. It stays a 12-point game. Inot. They feed Allen Liwag here at the post. Liwag against Andrada. Oh, what a pass. Big Sean up and in for Sean O'Malley.
Parang napakadali nung puntos na yun para kay Sean O'Malley. Ano? After niya makuha yung contact na gusto niya.
All day. It's good for Yuki Andrada.
Si Kapitan, sumubok na rin para check lang kung mainit na rin.
First basket para dito kay Yuki Andrada.
And I mean, ikaw didepensa kay Allen Liwag. Tapos, hindi ka i-reward ng mga ganong klaseng tira. Parang nakakapagod yun eh.
Sean with a couple of spins. There's a foul underneath. They're calling it on Nigel Gonzalez.
Oh, good eye. Galing dito sa referees natin, ano?
Ito, Sean O'Malley getting the basket after one bump versus Celso.
Sinabi ko daw kasi kanina na parehas na shoot niya, spin move galing. So sabi niya, sige, papakita kita ng isang bump lang.
Ito na si Allen Liwag forcing his way in. It's been a rough time inside for Allen Liwag so far. Just 1 out of 7 from the field.
Yes, and I mean, even if ako ang ilagay mo sa situation ni Allen Liwag, kung 3 or 4 white jerseys yung makikita mo sa loob, talagang mahihirapan ka.
Is clearly a marked man para dito sa Benilde Blazers. Sahonia, shot clock winding down, 4 to shoot. Yukian puts it up. Yukian knocks it down. 16-point lead for the Red Lions.
This This is gonna be really tough para dito sa Benilde Blazers. Imagine na Allen Diwag guarding Yuki Andrada who can step out of the three-point area. I mean, farther than the three-point area. That's gonna be really tough for him. Kasi mababawasan ng rebounder itong Benilde Blazers sa loob.
That's right. Liwag, no. Tip in for Sean O'Malley, who has 8 points in the first half. Jonty, di diskarte. Sahonya with the basketball. Sahonya fakes. Sanchez is called for the foul. Went for Sahonya's pump fake. As we see here the sequence. Bailout 3 for Mr. Yukian Andrada. His second triple this quarter. And on the other side, Big Sean, tips it up and in.
Perfect na perfect itong posisyonan ni Big Sean. Umali doon sa ilalim.
Yeah.
After niya makuha yung bump galing sa box out, meron na siyang space para doon sa tip-in.
Brian Sahonya, after scoring 10 points in the first quarter, ito yung kanyang unang puntos sa kanyang pagbabalik sa laban. 1 out of 2. And rebound for Liwag. Benilde will try to chip away. This is going to be an important 4.5 minutes for them here in the first half. Enot, no. His struggles will continue here. Tony Enot, 0 out of 4 so far. Bismarck, carving space. Lina, wala. Lina again, still nothing. That's good deep played by O'Malley. Back the other way we go. Tony will wait. Inside pass. Liwag with the left hand. It's good.
Tatlo na yung bantay ni Liwag doon. Nakuha pa rin niya yung puntos. Pero makikita mo rin na nag-adjust agad itong San Beda. Pinasok nila si Bismarck Lina para subukan ma-stop itong si Sean O'Malley at saka Allen Liwag tandem.
Liwag with the second basket. Brian Sahonya uncorks again. Misfires. Ito na si Tony Enot. Tony has it. Tony stepped in 3 off the back iron. Ancheta puts it up and puts it in. He's having a solid first half. Joman Ancheta now with 6 points in the game, and he cuts down the lead to 11. Sir Frank Ducey Jr. of Perpetual. Of course, he's here. His team on an unfortunate end in our game number 1 in the other series. Attorney Jonas Cabochan of San Beda University. More members of the ManCom. Sir Paul Supan from Jose Rizal University. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat sa pagtuto sa NCAA. Last sequence natin. Allen Liwag scores with the left hand. And this is Joman Ancheta. 6 points in the first half. And they're able to cut the lead down to 11.
Dito natin makikita ngayon itong pagbalik natin ng second quarter with 3 minutes and 21 seconds. May makikita nyo itong si Reyes and itong si Ancheta. Medyo nagkakaroon ng konting heat. And I mean, hindi natin maiiwasan yan, lalo na yung mga ganito ka-importanteng gigs.
Dito ng konti, this is playoff intensity we're playing at. Lina, Jonty, 8 on the 24. Miller draws 2. Jimmy Reyes for 3. Comes up short. Might be deflected as well. Sanchez sends it out. Ancheta from the corner. Too strong. Miller picks it up. Here comes Miller. 1 on 3. Miller. Good D by Sean Umali, getting all ball.
And again, prior to this play, meron din nakuha ito si Sean Umali kanina dito kay Bismarck Lina ng dalawang block.
Diyan mo talaga maaasahan itong si Sean Umali. Especially on the break. Maganda yung timing niya dun sa mga blocks na gano'n. Justin Sanchez bringing it across, driving on his former teammate, throws it away. Gonzalez, helter skelter. And it'll stay with the San Beda Red Lions after a chaotic sequence. Look at this. Oof. Slight pull down by Oli on Gonzalez.
I mean, that's going to be part of the game. I mean, you're playing a Final Four match and it's Benilde against San Beda. Parehas na teams to. Mataas ang pagkakakilanlan in terms of basketball. So yung pride niyan, hindi mo maaalis yan.
That's right. Gonzalez draws the foul. And he continues to be offensive-minded here in the first half. 7 points for Gonzalez, 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Remember, in his rookie year, he was a key component of their championship team.
Tama. Oo, kasi very aggressive yung pag-control niya ng laro doon. And hindi lang on offense. I mean, babalikan natin na siya yung pinadadala ni Coach Yuri kung sino man yung scorer ng kalaban. Siya yung pinantatapat doon para makakuha ng mga stops.
That's right. But again, we know him from his days with the Mapua Red Robins. Alam natin, may scoring ito. Si Nigel Gonzalez, may scoring din. And he knocks down the first free throw. 43-31. The San Beda faithful traveling here to Araneta to watch some Final Four action. 2 for 2, perfect from the line.
Look at that, even the big guys ng San Beda pressuring. Paglagpas pa lang ng half court, and then mo makikita yung dedication. Siyempre yung sakripisyo na pinapakita nila.
Liwag. Allen scans, throws it outside. Here's Tony. Torres, difficult shot. It's good though for Ian Torres.
What a nice spacing galing dito sa Benilde Blazers. Nung napansin nila na napunta na kay Allen Liwag yung bola, kung makikita mo lahat sila nag-spread out to give him space para maglaro sa loob. And we both know na hindi naman ball hog ito si Allen Liwag. So hinanap agad niya yung kick out. They were able to get the shot out of it.
Made the right play also on this side. Offensive foul on Bismarck Lina. As we see this sequence, Enoch with nowhere to go went to Ian Torres, who made the contested jumper. 44-33. Torres handling it. Tony. Sean retrieves. 7 to shoot. Backing down, spins away, and draws the foul on Bismarck Lina.
Again, the specialty move from Sean Umali. Getting that contact and then spinning to the baseline, looking for the perfect angle from underneath.
And Prince, Sean doesn't mind the height disparity.
Yes. I mean, he has the size. Andun pa rin naman yung height, meron pa rin. And ang pinaka-importante kasi dyan yung footwork niya, and he knows how to use his body. And he makes sure na pag nakuha niya na yung space na kailangan niya, konti lang, yung konting space na kailangan niya, he makes the most out of it. And he has lots of his moves na ginagawa naman talaga. And very effective siya when it comes to the post offense.
Kaya importante yung few weeks na wala si Allen Liwag, yung siya talaga yung pinupuntahan, ano?
He was able to, get to his rhythm and make sure na ma-familiarize pa niya yung sarili niya dun sa mga moves na pinapractice niya.
In one game, he had the monster double-double. 28 points, double-digit rebounds for Sean Umali. 11 rebounds. So, you know he's in his bag going into these playoffs.
Oo, kumbaga he came prepared.
Yeah.
And hindi naging mas masama para sa Benilde kung pagkawala ni Allen Liwag. Of course, ayaw natin na may nawawalang players because of injuries, di ba? Pero napabuti pa para sa Benilde dahil nakuha ni Sean yung rhythm na isa sa mga kinakailangan itong Benilde.
That's right. Jonty Miller scores with the left hand again. It's now becoming too easy for Miller, who now has 14.
Look at the spacing of Benilde Blazers here. They're giving all the space Allen Liwag needs.
Tony left it short. He tracks it down, saves it. Torres will back up. He will set the table here for Benilde. Inot, 3 to shoot. He needs to take. Tony. Wala pa rin para kay Tony Inot. He has been the missing link for Benilde so far. Gonzalez. Miller, 8 to shoot. Player down, and this is going to be a foul on Matthew Oli. So, not a good foul for Oli as they are already in the penalty.
Oh, and I mean, there's only what, 6 seconds left in a second quarter. Giving up a foul like that and getting your second foul, especially if ikaw ang isa sa mga inakasahan ng team mo, I don't think it's a good foul para dito sa Benilde.
Matthew Oli got the start today. And he goes to the bench. Replacing him is Joe Melancheta, Zed Etulie. On your screens earlier, Joe Celso will take 2.
Oh, and isa to sa mga senior nitong San Beda. Gusto mag-iwan ng magandang legacy.
Tsaka itong si Joe Celso, reliable big body.
Yes, I mean, he's one of the perfect role player talaga na.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, if you're a team that's looking for a role player that you know na will stick to making sure na ma-provide niya yung role niya.
Yeah.
One of the guys that you're gonna look for talaga is a guy that's like Joseph.
Especially in a star-studded team like the San Beda Red Lions, as Etulie checks in for him. Bob Cometa.
I mean, you know, hindi lang naman sa San Beda nakikita yung mga ganyang perfect role. Sean O'Malley,
Yeah.
he's one of the, few of the people na pwede mo talagang sabihin na if you're looking for a guy, meron Joe Celso, may Sean O'Malley na pag pinupuntahan mo ng offense, kaya kang bigyan ng puntos. In terms of defense, napakaganda ng mga decision making.
That's right. So that's the foul to give for San Beda. Game clock is down to 4 and 4/10 of a second. But this is a nice run to end the first half for the San Beda Red Lions, maintaining their dominance. Allen Liwag. Gonzalez. Steady defense right there to disrupt Liwag's flow. 2 seconds left in the first half, and it is Gab Gometa triggering this one in. Sanchez coming in as well for some firepower in this final 2 seconds.
Sino sa tingin mo ang magte-take ng last shot dito sa second quarter?
Baka ito ng Liwag. Alley-oop, wala. Oh, tip in. Allen Liwag sticking with the play and gets them a basket to end the first half.
Yeah, and that's over Joe Celso.
Always an advantage if you have Allen Liwag deep in the paint.
Yeah, and props to the passer. That's not an easy pass. I mean, coming from behind the glass for the perfect alley-oop pass. That's tough.
48-37. Benilde gets the basket. The lead, though, is still 11 for the San Beda Red Lions. Numbers and the story of the first half coming right up. And performances from our cheerleading squads as well. Kaya Alice, magbabalik ang NCAA Season 101 Semifinals.